Hi everybody, we're back again in Brenda's quilt room, and I'm going to show you a very useful little item that you can make as a Christmas gift. We're already in October and Christmas will be here before you know it, and I like to make things for people that are useful. So this is what I want to show you today, and these are called a phone stand or a tablet stand that you can rest your cell phone or your tablet if it's laying like rectangular. And I did make a PDF of the instructions, and they will be in the description below to explain how I made this. Now, cell phones over the last, I don't know, several years, it seems like every time they come out with a new cell phone, it's bigger than the one prior to it. So I found some videos and kind of watched those, but then I changed the dimensions because I made a prototype and it was just too small. It barely accommodated a cell phone, let alone a tablet. So this is what you're going to need, and you don't have to worry. All of the instructions and the description of the fabrics that you need will be in your PDF. So I discovered that using a fat quarter was the best use of material. And so most of your fat quarters are going to be 18 inches by 22. And you want to cut your fabric at 7 inches. And so I'm going to straighten up the edge on this one. That way you should be able to get 4 strips. And so I'll straighten up the edge here. And I will go over 7 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you'll be able to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 1, that's 2. So you'll get 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that'll take off just this last edge of salvage. So you'll get 3 of these, 7 by 18 inches long. And that's what these are. This was a fat quarter that I picked up and I cut. So you can, if you have scraps, and they're at least 7 inches by 18 inches. I've got several here that I'm going to make. That you can get 3 of these out of 1 fat quarter. And so after you've cut them into your strips, then what you will do is fold it in half. And here's my fold. And these are the raw edges. And you need to measure 2 inches from the fold. So here's my 2-inch line, and just draw a line all the way across. Excuse me. Leave an opening right here because that's where you're going to stuff the bottom, this piece right here of your stand. And stitch from this line to the top, and from this line from the bottom all the way to the top, so that when you turn it inside out, I would advise, like after you turn it inside out, pull this taunt and just give it a little press, because you're going to hand slip stitch this together at the end. So here is your 2-inch opening. From this 2-inch opening, you're going to make a line at 1/2 inch. So you want to make a line at your 2 inches, and then 1/2 inch up another line. And you'll stitch across these 2 lines. Now, there's nothing in here. This is, if you see on here, this is where your phone and your tablet are going to sit. Okay, so you've got these 2 pieces sewed together. You need to open up your bottom pouch and you can fill it with your choice. You can use just rice and stuff it down in there with a little funnel or a little spoon. Or what we did, we bought these pellets, Marigold Market, and I think it's a 1 pound bag, if it says on there how many ounces it is. But anyway, I mean, it's safe for kids, it's safe for your pets. They're not going to smell it and think, oh, this is food, and try to eat it. And I got this at Hobby Lobby. So you can fill it with that or with these, with rice. Now, if you do decide to do the rice, you can also fragrance your rice with some of these essential oils. Like this one's lavender, and this one is linen. And I've used these in the past when I made some bags, like for heated, rice bags that you can heat and lay them on your joints and things if they're aching. It only takes a little tiny bit of this to scent a whole lot of rice. So a little goes a long way. I would suggest using like a plastic, one of those rubber containers with a lid, and just dump your rice in there and then fragrant it. That way you can pop the lid back on and use what you have left in another project. So after you fill your little bottom row here, this is just full of pellets, then you will, to close this up, fold the end over, and with a needle and thread, you will close the end up like I did here with just a little slip stitch. And I tried to use thread that mostly matched the color of the material that I had. Okay, so when the little bottom pouch, this little bottom pouch is finished, then you're going to fill this piece. Well, you will take a 5 by 7 inch square, fold it in half, and sew it up and leave an opening. And in the opening, you want to fill it again either with your rice or with some of the pellets. And what this will do is it will give your bag a nice little base to rest on when it's holding your phone or your tablet. So just drop that in there. Now, in order to get the triangular, you pull these seams from each side together. That's how we're going to stuff it. And here's just some polyfill. So my little rice bag is in there. You can just shred this up and stuff it down in here because you want it to be kind of firm. It is going to be holding, you know, your phone or a tablet. And once you get this all stuffed the way, as packed in as tight as you want it, you'll hold this together or pin it, clip it, however you choose, and then slip stitch all the way across the top, which is what we've done here. And then you're finished. So you can probably do a dozen of these in a day, depending on how many you need to make and who all you're going to make them for. You could personalize it by picking out a color of fabric that's maybe somebody's favorite color. But and they're very useful. We have actually laid our tablet on here to watch videos as we're sitting on our sofa, and it works wonderful. But the ones that I've watched and saw in the past, they were just too small. They didn't really accommodate the cell phone. So if somebody loves these, they may want one in every room of their house. But it's a quick and easy little project that you can get done real fast before Christmas gets here. So I hope that you will, if you like this, that you'll give it a try. I have several more that I need to make coming up. But that's all I have for you today. And I hope you enjoyed this project and that you do give it a try. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.